And we are here at Eastern High School. Sorry that we are a little late. I would like to take the time. We did miss the pregame show, but I would like to take the time to shout out Clark Law Offices. Their phone number is 740-288-4200. And why? And we are live here at Eastern High School. We are a little late. We did run into some technical issues today, so the technical difficulties did hold us back from the pregame show. I would like to shout out Clark Law Offices for all of your law needs. They are conveniently located at 221 Main Street in Jackson, and their phone number is 740-288-4200. So we are in the top of the first. Leah Rader is pitching. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 with 2 outs. And Leah lets it fly. Pop fly to the shortstop. She gathers it, throws it to first. It's an errant throw. And Falcons are going to score off that throw. That is a score for Minford. Having trouble seeing the player numbers for Minford. They have some striped uniforms, so quite hard to tell what they are. First throw from Leah Rader is fouled back, so the count will be 0-1 with 1 out. Most of Minford is wearing hoodies because it is quite chilly out there today. Not the best day for a contest. I'm a little chilly up here in the booth, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat up a little bit. Fortunately for me, I have heat. Leah Rader lets that one rip, and they're going to try to steal second, and they do get to second without the tag up. We have Leah at the 1. Lindley Modlisler is at the 2. Kelly Wells 3. Liberty Poorman's 4. Lydia Park at the 5. Braylon Bevins at the 6. So the count is 1-2 with 2 outs. And Leah Rader steps back up on the mound. She's going to let it fly. And there's contact made. Drops the ground ball. And we will have a runner advance to first and 1 on third. So we got runners on the corners. And Minford's really rolling at this point, honestly. Eastern's going to have to make a play here and stop this onslaught before it gets going. So at the 6 for Eastern's Braylon Bevins, and 7 would be Jaden McLeese. 8 would be Aubrey Quillen, and Maddie Days at the 9th spot out in the outfield. Pitch looked good to me, and it was strike 1. So strike 1 with 1 out. Runners on the corners, 1 and 3. First base and third base. Leah lets it rip. Swing and a strike 2. So the count is 0-2 with 1 out. That one's popped foul, and it comes back towards the broadcast booth, so the count's going to stay 0-2. I guess the ball almost hit our camera there, which is a scary moment for us, but not really because we're covered, but a scary moment for our camera, I guess. All right, the count is 0-2, and Leah Raider winds up, and she will let this one fly. And I believe that hit her. She's going to take her base, so that's runner on first. The bases are loaded, fully loaded for Minford Falcons here in the top of the first with one out. So that will reset the count. We'll go back for the next batter. And for Minford, the next batter coming up to the plate also has a hoodie on, so I can't really call it, but she seems like she could be a power hitter. They're going to take time on the mound and talk things over. I'd say that's probably a good idea considering we've, let one run in and they got the bases loaded. They've only got one out. Got to make a play. Hopefully you can get a pitch that tips to the pitcher and you can get the runner out at home. Double play would be nice. Stop the onslaught here, but we'll see what happens. They are ready to resume play, I believe, and Leah Raider does wind up with the pitch. That looks straight down the middle to me. That's strike one. I actually have a really good view, almost umpire view for me, just straight down the line, so I can really see it. Last game I broadcasted, I was on third base broadcasting. It was really hard to tell. That looked like another good pitch, and it's fouled off right before first base over the fence. So count's going to go 0-2. And they got the ball ready, and they're going to throw it into Leah. Leah Raider steps back on the plate, on the mound, ready to pitch. Wind up. Pitch is out. Pop fly. Looks foul to me, and it is. So the count will stay 0-2 with one out here in the top of the first. All right, and so the count's 0-2 when Leah's ready for the next pitch. It is out, and it's ground ball over to. They can't stop it. Looks like everybody's safe, and Falcons are going to score. Looks like they'll score and keep the bases loaded. Everybody's safe. I did get a roster list for Minford, but from their school, I should have got it from the coach probably, but I got it from the school page and it doesn't have all the player numbers on it. Pitch is out. And it was a strike, so that's strike one. Next pitch out. Swing and a miss, and that'll be strike two. Count's going to be 0-2. Still just the one out. Bases fully loaded for the Minford Falcons. I am looking for the updated roster list because I believe the one I have for Minford is completely wrong, unfortunately. Pitch is out, and that's going to be strike three. So there's out number two, and we'll reset the count, get ready for the next pitch. And strike one for the first pitch. Count's going to be 0-1 with 2 outs. Score is 2 for Minford Falcons and nothing for the Eagles. They have yet to get to the up to bat yet. Leah lets that one fly. Looked like a beauty. That's strike 2. Last time I was here and watched the Lady Eagles play, she was not pitching this good, but she has cleaned it up, and she looks like she's pitching pretty good. Minford just got the better of this top of the first here. That looked like strike 3 to me. I'm not sure. It is called ball. I think it was a little outside. And that is one. The count is 1-2. So with 2 outs, Leah's going to get ready for the next pitch. I believe that was a ball, if I'm not mistaken. They haven't changed it on the board yet, so I'm not 100% sure. I'm still trying to get the rosters for Minford, but I can't find it. So the count is 2-2 with 2 outs. And that's strike 3, so we will change sides and go to the bottom of the first. Good pitch from Leah Rader there. She's really stroking it down the middle there. That's what you want to see from your pitcher. The umps are going to gather and talk it out a little bit as we get ready to change sides here. So here on this chilly day at Eastern High School, we have the Minford Falcons leading 2-0 going into the bottom of the first. And the pitcher's out for Minford, getting ready to warm up. First throws of the day for her at the start of the game here. And they're warming out in the outfield too. I mean, most of them are wearing hoodies. I doubt they're warm, but got to warm up a little bit. Once you get moving, though, it's really probably not that bad out there. Not the worst day. I've played sports on a worse day than this, so, but it is chilly. Still seeing if I can find these rosters because I am not seeing them anywhere. So we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and we'll be back in just a minute.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kierson Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Batter up, Eagles fans. Baseball season is here, and there's no better place to catch up on all the action than Sully's in the Valley. Located in the heart of Beaver, Ohio, Sully's is your go-to spot for delicious food, refreshing drinks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Grab a bite before the game or celebrate big wins with family and friends after. Plus, enjoy mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, and Perry's ice cream. Swing by Sully's in the Valley today, where great food and great fans come together.
And we're back here in the bottom of the first. The first pitch was thrown out, I do believe. And that looked like a ball to me. Let's see what they put up on the board. And that is ball one. So the count is 1-0. But we have a hit there, and the runner does advance to second. Can't see the number, but I want to say that's Lindley, maybe. Modliser. Could be wrong. And up to bat is Liberty Borman. We have a dog on the field. That's probably the most excitement I've had all day. Been a tough day for me. They're going to pet it. It's rolling over. That's a cool moment. This dog is running rampant on the field, so they're going to chase it down. Pretty funny, actually. I'm having a good time now. Outfield's out there petting the dog. I've never seen this, ever. But I like it. And the dog's getting pets from everybody. Eastern coach is going to come out and see what he can do about it. This might be the best thing I've ever seen. Eastern coach out there petting it even on the belly. Gotta love that. They have corralled the dog, though, so I think they're going to try to get the dog off the field so we can resume play here in the bottom of the second. Bottom of the first, excuse me. So they do corral the dog, and they're going to carry the dog off. He's not too happy about it. He was liking getting all those pets. Everybody out here laughing. But we really do have some softball to play, so we got to get the dog and get him taken care of. I think we're good to resume play as the batter steps back up into position, into the box, and that is Liberty Portman up to bat. Pitch is out. Looked a little outside to me. Count will be 2-0. So that is a ball. Pitch is out. That one looked a little high. So, yeah. They missed the ball on the board, but that was ball 3, and that is ball 4. So she will advance to first base. We have a runner on first and a runner on second. Ball 4, and you will reset the count for the next pitch. And so, pitch is out. Looked a little left of the plate to me. I want to say ball 1. I missed what happened, but it must have hit her because she took the base, and we have the bases loaded. So we'll reset the count, and we'll go to the next batter. Next batter up is, I believe it's Kelly Wells. So the bases are loaded. Kelly Wells is getting ready to come up to hit. The umps are talking about something, and the dog's out here hanging out with everybody outside of the field. He just wanted to be the center of attention. Really, that's all. He's following dude because he's got nachos. I don't blame him. I could use some freaking nachos right now. I'm not going to lie. But umps are done talking. I think we're going to resume play here. And the pitcher is going to throw a couple real quick. Kelly Wells, she looks ready for this. She's going to practice a couple swings here. Make sure you get the dirt off the mound there for the pitcher, and she will step up to the plate. Kelly's not in the batting box yet, but I think we are getting there. And I want to say I just found Minford's roster, so that's a good sign for me because I've been blowing it for these young ladies on their names, and I do apologize. Hopefully I can get this. First pitch is out, and that's strike one. Count will be 0-1. We have the bases loaded. Kelly Wells ready for the next pitch. Pitch is out. That's low. That's going to be ball one. So the count will be 1-1. Score is 2 for Minford Falcons, 0 for the Eastern Eagles. But we have no outs here. Counts 1-1. Bases are loaded. Pitch is out, and that will be ball 2. Count's going to be 2-1. And that was ball 3. So the count's 3-1. Bases loaded. Minford really don't want to walk here. She does get a part of it. She decides, shortstop for Minford decides to run to third and get an out. But with that happening, Eastern does get a run. So the RBI for Kelly Wells there, and the run scored. I did not catch who ran in. I believe she's wearing a hoodie. So the score will be 2-1. 1 out for Eastern. And the count has been reset. So up to bat is Leah Rader, the pitcher for Eastern. First pitch is a little wide, and that'll be ball 1. Got a runner on first and a runner on second. And catcher doesn't get a hold of that pitch, a little errant pitch, and both runners advance from second to third and first to second. So we have a runner on second and a runner on third, and Leah Raiders up with a count of 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Pitch is out. That one looked good. That should be strike 1 if I'm... Nope, they called it outside. It is ball, so that will walk Leah Raider to first, and the bases are once again loaded with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And up to bat is Aubrey Quillen. Coach out there at first talking to Leah Raider right now. I mean, you get a hit, everybody has to advance here, so you really want the hit to be specifically placed. So Aubrey Quillen, first pitch is out, and that one was a little outside, so that's a ball 1. Count's going to be 1-0 with 1 out. Bases fully loaded. Pitch is out. That one looked good. I think that's going to be strike one, so counts 1-1. And that one was low and outside, so count goes 2-1. For Aubrey. And that one's way outside. That's going to be ball 3. Counts 3-1 with 1 out. They do have a really good chance to tie the game up right here. You get a walk and you tie the game. You get a good hit, you might take the lead. That one was right on the left side of the plate. They'll call it strike, so the count goes 3-2. And that one was outside, so Quillen will advance to first, and that brings Lydia Park in for the run. So the score will go 2-2. We are tied here in the bottom of the first. Bases are still loaded with 1 out. This is a PSA to all the high school teams. If you could post your rosters to Max Preps or your website, that would be great. I would love to call out their names, but I do not have them, unfortunately. First pitch right down the plate, and that's strike one. And a swing and a miss. That's strike two for Braylon Bevins. So the count's 0-2. Bases are loaded. If she can at least foul this off and stay in there, fight to get another pitch. That pitch looked a little outside. I believe that's ball one. She's going to stay right there. The count is 1-2. She gets a hold of that one right down the line. The shortstop gets it and throws him out at home. So Wells does not make it to home. So that'll be out number 2. Bases are still loaded, though, because Braylon Bevins did get a whack, and she made it to first. And so up to bat, I believe, is Maddie Day, if I'm not mistaken. And that ball was low, so that's going to be a ball one. So the count will be 1-0 for Maddie Day. The Eastern Eagles outfielder here. See what she can do. She does swing and a miss, so that's going to be strike one. Count goes to 1-1. My stream operator, Daniel Shoemaker, is doing a wonderful job here. He's staying up to date on everything that's happening. And there's a swing and a miss, and that's strike two. So the count goes 1-2. We're tied up here in the bottom of the first. Both teams seem to be struggling on the pitching side and doing really well. You can't steal second there if third can't come home on that errant pitch that gets away from the catchers. So they're going to stay right there. Count still 1-2 or 2-2. That was a ball. Count is 2-2. Yeah. Next pitch is out. Looked like a good pitch, and she swung on it and missed. So I believe that. Well, she might have got a piece of it. So the count's going to stay 2-2. We'll stay right here, Maddie Day. Count is 2-2. Next pitch is out. This is a big one. I believe she'll probably throw a ball, but nope, she threw it right down the center. And Maddie Day is out. So we will go to the top of the second, and we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, our lovely sponsors, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Craving something delicious? Carson's Corner Pizza has you covered. From our cheesy, freshly baked pizzas to sizzling potato skins loaded with crispy bacon and melted cheddar, every bite is a flavor explosion. Want wings? We've got them. Salads? Of course. Calzones? You bet. And don't forget the best fried mushrooms in town. Skip the wait. Order online at carsonscornerspizza.com or call 740-289-1300. Carson's Corner Pizza, where every bite is better than the last.
When it's time for a real meal, head over to Riverside Restaurant at 924 East Main Street in Piketon. Serving up breakfast, lunch, and dinner Tuesday through Sunday from 7 to 3 and Saturday from 8 to 3. Try their train wreck breakfast, which includes 2 eggs, hash browns, biscuits and gravy, bacon, sausage links, all topped with shredded cheese for just $9.95. From home-style dinners to juicy burgers and fresh sandwiches, there's something for everyone. Call 740-289-3884 or stop by today. Riverside Restaurant. Good food, good company, great taste.
And we are back in the top of the second. Score is tied 2-2. I thought Minford really was going to get away there for a minute, but Eastern had a little bit of fight in them, and they did slug it out, and they came back in the bottom of the first and tied it up. So looking good for them, honestly. Not the worst outcome that could have happened. Seemed like it might have got out of hand there for a second, but they slowed it down, stopped the bleeding, and first pitch in the bottom of the second is out. She taunts the bunt, but does not get it. And so I thought that would be a ball, but I'm not sure if they called a swing. Second pitch is out. That one looked good, maybe a little outside. That's a strike one. Not sure what they called the first one. The board up out on the field just says strike one. So I guess the count is 0-1. Next pitch is out. She gets a hold of that. Third baseman doesn't corral it. Lydia Park does fumble that, so she can't throw it out at first. So we do have Minford sitting on first base. We will reset the count, and the next batter is coming up. And she does bunt. It is short. It's going to be thrown to first. And they do call the out at first, so that'll be one out. The runner does advance to second for the Minford Falcons. So a little sacrifice bunt there to get a runner in scoring position, but you do get the out, of course. So like, I guess it could be worth it, depending on what happens here. Leah Rader lets that fly. I think that was a ball. Yeah, that's a ball one. So the count's 1-0 with one out here in the top of the second. Minford in the batting box, and Leah Rader steps up on the mound. Winds up. Oh, and she threatens the bunt, hits it foul, and the catcher catches it. So that's 2 outs. We're going to move to 2 outs here. So after a play like that, really the sacrifice bunt ends up biting Minford on the butt a little bit, because now you're at 2 outs. Yes, you have a runner in scoring position, but you really need your next batter to make a good hit, or we're switching sides. So Leah's on the mound. Leah Rader winds up. Pitches that one a little errant. Catcher can't get it, so Minford will steal third. So that makes the sacrifice bunt a little better. Better scoring position from third than second, but either way, scoring position, scoring position. If you're Minford, you really want to drop a hit in the outfield over the baseman and the shortstop, but before the outfield, and that'll get your runner home there. I mean, you really want to get a home run if you want me to be honest, but you can't always get what you want. I think that's what one of the hit songs say back in the 70s. And that was ball one, so the count is 1-1. Pitch is out. That looked a little wide to me. I believe that's going to be ball 2. Count goes to 2-1. Sad thing is my view, I'm really blocked. The umpire is standing right behind a pole from me, so I can't really see her hands at all. I'm just calling it how I see it. I do have the view of the plate, and that apparently was ball 4. So we have a runner on first and a runner on third. We have runners on the corners. With 2 outs, and Minford sends her next batter up. She's going to take a couple swings here and step into the box. Looks ready to me. Leah's ready. She's on the mound, and Leah Rader winds up. Release. Looked good to me. I think that's strike 1. Had to be a strike. Leah's really throwing the ball really good today. I've seen a couple errant throws, but that pitch right there was a beauty, and that is strike 1. Next pitch is out. Oh, little high and errant. The runner's coming home. Not a good move from her. And she does get tagged, and that's out number 3. We're going to switch sides here, and Eastern's going to come back to bat in just a sec after they warm up. So, exciting play. A couple exciting plays there in the top of the second. So, we will move to the bottom of the second here. And umps are going to talk a little bit. But we are getting ready. They're about to send their opposite sides out, and Eastern will come out the bat. They did really well in that second inning from keeping Minford from scoring. Minford had a chance to score there, and it just did not go their way. It did go Eastern's way, so Eastern will send out their lineup for batting. And I believe we should be at the top of the lineup again. Doing some jumping jacks out in the field, maybe to stay warm. That's what I would do, honestly, if I was out there. Pitcher's gonna kick the dust off the mound there and maybe throw a couple pitches, get warmed up and ready for this. Eastern hasn't sent the batters out yet, but they are coming. Good day for a hot dog, possibly. It's a pretty standard thing and on a baseball day is a good hot dog. Might need some hot chocolate out here on a day like this, and it is a little chilly. All right, Eastern's first batter is come out, and she will swing and get warmed up. And the first batter for Eastern will be Lindley Modlisser. I'm sure I butchered that name. I'm sorry, Lindley. First pitch is out, and it is a strike, so that'll be strike 1 for Lindley. And we have a wind up, and the pitch is out. She gets a hold of that one, but it does go foul, so the count will move 0-2. It's all right, though. You step back in there and get a couple fouls. You're still in this. You just got to get the right pitch here and decide when you want to take that swing on it. It's going to come. You just got to wait for the right pitch. And so she'll step back in the batter box. She looks ready. Pitch. She fakes the pitch. Maybe the ump wasn't ready there. I couldn't see. That pole really blocks my view on the ump. I'll have to tell Eastern to just cut that pole down. Put it somewhere else. Second pitch is out, and it's wide, so that will be ball one. Count will move to 1-2. And the windup. And I believe that's strike three. So, yes, Lindley is out. Next batter up is Jaden McLeese. Have not seen Jaden in years. She's ready. She's in the batter box. First pitch looked pretty good. It was a little outside, though, and that's ball one for Jaden. She steps back in the box. Seems to be ready for the next pitch. Here it is, right down the middle, and a swing, and that is strike one. The count moves 1-1. In a good spot, though. She's going to step out and think about it for a second. She's fine, though. And back in the box we go. Pitcher's getting ready, and the windup is coming. Pitch is out. That one looked straight down the middle, and that is strike two. So count 1-2 with one out here in the bottom of the second. Jaden McLeese tip fouls that out behind her, and that will keep her in it. Count's going to stay 1-2. It's always good to get a little contact on the ball. Next time you step up to the plate, maybe you get better contact and hit that thing out there somewhere. Pitch is out. That one is wide of the plate. That's going to be ball two. Counts 2-2 with one out in the bottom of the second. And I believe that is tip fouled as well, so the count will say 2-2. And that'll give Jaden another chance out of pitch. Pitch is out. She does make contact on it. Looked good at first, but it took a bounce with the spin out behind third, and that'll be another foul. So the count stays 2-2. And she's staying in there. You love to see it, honestly. Fighting to live another day there. And the pitch is out. That one is high and outside to the right. That's ball three. So we have a full count here, 3-2. And let's see what happens. Does she try to throw it straight down the middle, or does she try to bait her with a curve? And she does throw it on the outside and bait her. Jaden will swing, and that is strike three. So we'll move to the next batter in the lineup. We go to 2 outs. And Liberty Portman is up to bat next. She's in the box. Pitcher's going to stare down, wind up, and release. Ball is tipped out behind her, and that'll be a foul. So the count will go 0-1. Next pitch is out. And that was a little outside. That's ball one. Count will move to 1-1. Pitch is out. Swing and a miss. That's strike two. Counts 1-2. As we get ready for the next pitch here, count is 1-2 with 2 outs. She gets good contact on that, drops it right before left outfielder, and she doesn't corral it. She probably could have got the second there if she would have pushed it, honestly, but Liberty Portman does stay there on first base, safe with a great hit. Very in trouble there with the count being 1-2, but makes great contact on the ball. So we have a runner on first, 2 outs, and we have the next batter ready coming up. Maybe get a practice swing in there. It's Lydia Park. I like the way she swings. I think she's been practicing because looked to be a good swing. And the pitch is out. I think that might have been on the outside of the plate. They do call it ball 1. With the aggressive stance there, she does pop fly that out to outfield, and Minford Falcons got it. They crowd it. They throw it up, and Lydia Park will score. So Eastern does go up 3-2 with 2 outs. They do have a runner on second. Good couple hits for Eastern Eagles there. I saw it, something in the swing. I could tell she was going to rip that, and she did drop it down in front of the outfielders. And that is an RBI for Liberty Portman as she gets a bat run in. Love to see that. So up next to bat is Kelly Wells. And the pitch is wide to the left. That will be ball 1. Wind up and pitch out. That looked high and outside as well. I want to say that's ball 2, and the count is 2-0. Does make contact on that. Wells does. She tries to get the first, but does not, and that'll be out number 3. And we will switch sides and go to the top of the third. So we're going to take a little break. I'd like to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and we'll be back in just a minute.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kierson Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Batter up, Eagles fans. Baseball season is here, and there's no better place to catch up on all the action than Sully's in the Valley. Located in the heart of Beaver, Ohio, Sully's is your go-to spot for delicious food, refreshing drinks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Grab a bite before the game or celebrate big wins with family and friends after. Plus, enjoy mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, and Perry's ice cream. Swing by Sully's in the Valley today, where great food and great fans come together.
And I can't hear it. And we're back here at Eastern High School. I would like to take a minute to shout out all of our amazing sponsors. Without them, this broadcast would not be possible. And that would be Brewster's Real Estate and Auction, Chase Brown Law, John Clark Law, Solly's in the Valley, We Wrap It, You Rock It, Quick Stop Lube and Oil, Ohio Valley Bank, Corner Pizza, and Riverside Restaurant. So we'd like to thank them for all that they do and bringing you this game today. And without them, we could not be here. So we do appreciate them very much. And so the umps are gathering, and Minford's getting ready. They have the batter out, so we probably will resume play in just a few seconds here.
Craving something delicious? Carson's Corner Pizza has you covered. From our cheesy, freshly baked pizzas to sizzling potato skins loaded with crispy bacon and melted cheddar, every bite is a flavor explosion. Want wings? We've got them. Salads? Of course. Calzones? You bet. And don't forget the best fried mushrooms in town. Skip the wait. Order online at carsonscornerspizza.com or call 740-289-1300. Carson's Corner Pizza, where every bite is better than the last.
Do apologize. I'm trying to get the ads where I can hear them in my headphone, and I cannot hear them yet, so it is what it is. They do make the hit in the outfield. Good throw there by outfielder Jaden McLeese over to second baseman, or maybe that was a shortstop, but nonetheless, Minford Falcons do advance to first base. So, in the top of the third, we have a runner on first base for Minford Falcons, and Leah Rader is pitch is out. Looked like a decent pitch. I think they called it a ball. It was on the outside, so the count is 1-0. And runner on first. Pitch is out. Looked good, and that's strike one, so count goes to 1-1. Pitcher's trying to make sure that runner on first does not advance, so Leah Rader is looking at her every few seconds to make sure she's not trying to steal. No leadoff by Minford, though. That one's popped high, and it looks like it's catchable, and it is caught by Wells. What a catch. She tumbles to the ground a little bit, but Kelly Wells with an amazing catch. What a catch. The runner's going to stay on first for Minford, and that'll be one out for Minford. What a catch by Kelly Wells. The hustle. You love the effort to get over there and stick the glove out. Just drop the ball in it and make the catch. Beautiful. So Eastern's really been working on things. This is the second time this season I've got to watch them play. And they're playing pretty good, honestly. Leah Wells with the pitch, winds up. It's out, looks outside of the plate. I think that's ball one. And the count is 1-0 with one out. Pitch is out. Straight down the plate, I believe that's strike one. Count moves to 1-1. Runner still on first. She's really not threatening the steal at all. She's just staying steadfast at first. 1 foot on the plate. No leadoff at all. But Leah Rader does wind up and let this one rip. That looked a little outside. I think that's ball two. 2-1 is the count with one out in the top of the third. On this chilly day at Eastern High School, I would really like to thank my producer, Dylan Euler. He's been doing a great job helping us out on all the technical issues today. And the hit does advance the runner to second. So there is a runner in scoring position and a runner on first for the Minford Falcons, as the next batter gets ready to step up to the plate. And Leah will check it. Pitch is out. Doesn't make great contact. Braylon Bevins will tag her out at third, so that is the second out. Do have a runner on first and second. Runner at third is out. So that moves to 2 outs in the top of the third here. As we prepare for the next batter, she steps in the box. And Leah Rader steps on the mound. Winds up. Pitch is out. Makes good contact with it. Shortstop grabs it, though, and that's out number 3. We're going to the bottom of the second. Eastern is really on it. Pitches are good. They're not making good contact as the Minford Falcons are. And we will take 1 minute to hear from our sponsors, and we'll be back in just a minute.
When it's time for a real meal, head over to Riverside Restaurant at 924 East Main Street in Piketon. Serving up breakfast, lunch, and dinner Tuesday through Sunday from 7 to 3 and Saturday from 8 to 3. Try their train wreck breakfast, which includes 2 eggs, hash browns, biscuits and gravy, bacon, sausage links, all topped with shredded cheese for just $9.95. From home-style dinners to juicy burgers and fresh sandwiches, there's something for everyone. Call 740-289-3884 or stop by today. Riverside Restaurant. Good food, good company, great taste.
And we're back as we prepare for the bottom of the third here. Eastern will be up to bat. Minford's going to warm up a little bit on the pitching mound, throw a couple balls around the bases. Outfielders are out there talking to each other. They're probably making sure they stay in their zones and share the responsibility of the outfield. And they're going to huddle at the mound, talk it out a little bit, get ready for this inning. Minford did let Eastern get up on them, so they really are kicking themselves for not trying to tie it up last part of this inning. So we do have a score of 3-2 as we start the bottom of the third with Leah Rader up to bat, and she steps in the box. She looks confident. Gotta love the confidence. I did watch her play basketball. She's a very good basketball player. I want to say she's young, sophomore possibly. Great hit by Leah Rader right over the shortstop there, and she does advance to first. So next batter will come out, and the next batter is Aubrey Quillen, the left-hander. Don't see a lot of lefties in the games I've covered so far. She fakes the bunt, gets the ball, I believe. Pitcher does throw it outside of the plate. It's not up on the board yet, but yes, it is ball one, so the count will be 1-0. And Quillen got an aggressive stance, fouls it off, so the count will move to 1-1. And gonna talk to her coach real quick. Is Quillen see? I'm not sure. Wells might be cold, or maybe she is out here in the crowd talking, but I know she took a tumble on that catch and hit the fence and fell pretty hard, but I think she's okay. She's out here talking to somebody. Maybe she's just cold. But nonetheless, Quillen is in the box, the lefty here. She's ready. Bad pitch. Good curve on it, but it's outside the box there, or outside the plate there, and that will be ball number 2. Count will move to 2-1. So Quillen steps back in the box. Pitch is out. Looked like a good pitch. I think it was low, though. They do call it ball 3, and the count 3-1 here in the bottom of the third. Eastern has a monster chance here to really break this game open. Good pitch, good contact, but that's high, and it drops right over the shortstop, so we do have runner on first and runner on second. So Rader on second and Quillen on first, as Braylon Bevins does come up to bat next. So we have a runner in scoring position as Minford steps on the mound, winds up, releases. Good pitch to swing at, but she was a little late there, was Braylon Bevins. Fouls it off behind her, so the count will move to 0-1. Wind up. Pitch is wide. That's going to be a ball. Errant throw. Catcher can't corral it, and we got runners advancing to second and third. Both of them get a steal off that errant throw. on the pitch there. And Bevan's going to have another shot at this with the count being 1-1. No outs here in the bottom of the third. Pitcher winds up, releases. That one's high and outside. That's ball 2. Count goes 2-1. I opened my tea and I haven't taken one drink of it. I've been 2 into this game. And that's ball 3. That's high and outside. Counts 3-1. This is a really good chance to maybe get a score here for Braylon Bevins. If she can just make contact on this, that's the pitch you want. But, or no, she holds off, and that's ball 4. They're going to walk her, so the bases are loaded. No outs, bases loaded, bottom of the third. Eastern's rocking right now. You love to see it if you're the Eastern Eagles. And up to bat next is Maddie Day. Maddie Day ready for the pitch. She's in the box. Good aggressive stance. Pitch is out. Looks wide to me. I think that's ball 1, and it is. Counts 1-0. So Maddie Day is in the box. She says bring it. Well, she thinks about stepping out, but she's ready for it. Pitch is out. A little slow on the swing there, but I think that's the pitch you want to swing at, but that's strike 1. Just got to be a little quicker on it. So 1-1's the count. Pitch is out. And that's strike 2. She does swing on a bad pitch there. I don't think you want to swing on that one. It's too inside, close to your hands on the bat. Pitch is out. That one's outside to the right, and that's ball 2. Count goes 2-2. No outs. Runners on all bases. Bases are fully loaded. This is where you really want a good hit if you're Maddie Day. And that pitch is wide left, a little left, and that's ball 3. So the count's 3-2. We have a loaded count, loaded bases, and that's a bad pitch to swing at. That would have been ball 4, I believe. She swings at it, though, and that's strike 3. So we have 1 out, bases loaded. Next batter up. Unfortunately for Maddie, I think she was just a little slow on those pitches, and she swung on ones that are a little close to her. A little close to her side of the plate. But next up to bat is Lindley, and she gets a beautiful hit. That's exactly what you want. That's an RBI for Lindley Modlisser, and she gets the RBI and advances to first. So the Eagles will score, and that brings the score to 4-2 in the bottom of the third with the bases still loaded. Monster opportunity for Eastern to bust this game wide open here. And so the pitcher is on the mound, releases the pitch. That looked a little outside, and it is ball 1. So 1-0 on the count.
Switching tax services can be a drag and drop. At H&R Block, switching to us couldn't be quicker.
That's good though, right? Count is 2-0 now. That is ball 2. 1 out in the bottom of the third. Bases are loaded, and the score is 4-2. Eastern has 4.
Easier with our drag and drop feature.
So I believe that's Jaden up to bat, if I'm not mistaken. Can't get the number read there, but I believe that's Jaden McLeese at bat here. She steps on the box, and the pitch is out. It's outside, and that's ball 3. Tried to get the throw out on the leadoff. But they do walk her. They're a little confused out there themselves. I think they're going to have Jaden come back, and they're going to call... Yeah, they're going to call Lindley Madlisser out on first. I guess she did get tagged before she slid back safe. So they're going to call her out. So we have an out at first. We have runners on second and third, and Jaden McLeese is up to bat still with Count being 3-1, 2 outs. Pitch is out. And that is ball 4. So Jaden McLeese will take her base to first base. Bases are once again loaded with 2 outs. And the next batter is coming up, and that will be Liberty Portman stepping into the box, ready for the pitch. And Minford Falcons step on the mound. The pitch wind up, out. Good pitch to swing on, and she gets monster contact out of that. So Liberty Portman with an RBI, 2 RBIs there, as Aubrey Quillen and they do get the out at third, so that's 3 outs, but the score is 6-2. Eastern with 6, Minford Falcons 2, and we will move to the top of the 4th, and we're going to take a minute to hear from our lovely sponsors, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Craving something delicious? Carson's Corner Pizza has you covered. From our cheesy, freshly baked pizzas to sizzling potato skins loaded with crispy bacon and melted cheddar, every bite is a flavor explosion. Want wings? We've got them. Salads? Of course. Calzones? You bet. And don't forget the best fried mushrooms in town. Skip the wait. Order online at carsonscornerspizza.com or call 740-289-1300. Carson's.
Batter up, Eagles fans. Baseball season is here, and there's no better place to catch up on all the action than Sully's in the Valley. Located in the heart of Beaver, Ohio, Sully's is your go-to spot for delicious food, refreshing drinks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Grab a bite before the game or celebrate big wins with family and friends after. Plus, enjoy mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, and Perry's ice cream. Swing by Sully's in the Valley today, where great food and great fans come together.
And we are back. So we're warming up out here for Eastern on the mound again. They had a monster inning in the bottom of the 3rd. Really great inning. They stopped the Minford Falcons from doing anything in the top of the 3rd, and they had a 4-run bottom of the 3rd there for Eastern Eagles. Beautiful plays all around. I mean, you had Lindley Modlisser with a great hit. You had Leah Rader with a great hit. Liberty Portman hit one out into the outfield that was a really good contact hit. And, I mean, they're all hanging in there and watching the pitches. So the Raider is up, and that is the first pitch out. And I believe we have a swing and a strike 1. Count will be 0-1. Next pitch is out. She does get contact, I think, on that bunt. So that is a foul and a strike 2. So the count moves 0-2. So 0-2 in the top of the 4th. I'd like to shout out Carson's Corner Pizza for being a lovely sponsor for us. We do appreciate them. As we get a foul there, so she will hang in at 0-2, keep the count right there at 0-2 as Leah Rader gets the ball back, and she'll step back on the plate. She's up on the mound, ready, about to wind up. Here it comes. And little curve on that pitch. I don't think she swung. She did swing, so that is strike 3. That'll be the first out for Minford. And Eastern really rolling here in the top of the 4th. And, I mean, I think they're feeling good about themselves because they have played very well. Couple of RBIs there in the last inning. Very beautiful play. And I think it's carried over to this top of the 4th because that pitch there was lovely, and that was a strike as well. So the count is 0-1. Next pitch is out. She bunts, gets the foul, so the count's going to move 0-2. And I learned this last week. If you do a bunt when you have 2 strikes and you get a foul on that bunt, you are out with the 3rd strike. So I did not even know that last week, but I learned that. Pretty cool. Learning is fun. So pitch is out. That's the 2nd out for Minford. Eastern, very excited about it. Good pitching from Leah for sure. Leah Rader is out on the mound and she's ready for this next batter. Winding up, lets it go. Good curve on that. I think it was outside of the plate. See what they call it. It was a close one. It is a ball. So count is 1-0 with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Eastern's working on just shutting them out this inning. That looked like a good pitch. That's, must have been inside or outside. Inside a little bit for the batter. So that is ball 2. Count does move to 2-0. Look good from here, but I do have a pole in the way a little bit from where I'm looking. Next pitch is out. Couldn't tell on that one. That one looked good. It is strike 1. Count moves 2-1. So Leah's ready. Minford really needs a hit here. That was a tough pitch. I think that's going to be ball 3, and it is. 3-1 will be the count with 2 outs. Got to make them think about it when they're on the in the box. They're batting. So every now and then you have to throw those outside pitches, especially when you're up on the count like that. So she does foul that one off, and that'll move the count to 3-2. And we're ready for the next pitch. Leah's ready. So Leah Rader going to step on the mound and wind up here. Let it rip. That looked good. Makes good contact. Little late, though, and fouls it out into, hopefully nobody's car's over there. But nonetheless, the count will stay loaded at 3-2 with 2 outs. No runners on base. Eastern's just completely shutting them down in the last 2 innings. And that pitch looked good to me, and they called it a ball. I thought it looked pretty good, but that is ball 4, and she will take her base to first base. So 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Next batter is up for Minford. And she's taking a couple practice swings here, and then she'll probably step up into the box. And she does, so we're ready. Pitch is low and outside. It's going to be ball 1. Count will be 1-0. Pitch is out. That's outside. I believe that's ball 2. Counts 2-0. Leah winds up, lets it rip. That one's good. That's strike 1. Count's going to move 2-1 here with 2 outs. Score is 6-2. Eastern's had a couple monster innings here. And they're working on shutting them down here in the top of the 4th so they can move on. That's a good hit, though, and that will be out at second. So we will move to the bottom of the 4th. Eastern, everything's working for them. So we're going to take just 30 seconds for a word from our sponsors, and we will be right back.
When it's time for a real meal, head over to Riverside Restaurant at 924 East Main Street in Piketon, serving up breakfast, lunch, and dinner Tuesday through Sunday from 7 to 3 and Saturday from 8 to 3. Try their train wreck breakfast, which includes 2 eggs, hash browns, biscuits and gravy, bacon, sausage links, all topped with shredded cheese for just $9.95. From home-style dinners to juicy burgers and fresh sandwiches, there's something for everyone. Call 740-289-3884 or stop by today. Riverside Restaurant. Good food, good company, great taste.
And we are back at Eastern High School. And so It's getting a little colder out, I believe. I'll check the temperature real quick. I do believe it's probably colder than when we got here. It is 44 out. It says it feels like 39, and I can tell it feels like it's 39 because most of the players are wearing hoodies. Can't blame them there. I was wearing mine when I got here, but being in the press box is kind of nice. I do have the heat on 70, I can't lie. Hopefully they don't mind that here at Eastern, because I keep my temperature about 70 at the house, maybe 69. That's where I like it. But we do have the roof open, so I do have a little chill in here too right now. All right, so Minford's going to warm up a little bit. I don't see any dogs on the field anymore, fortunately for the players here. We got to get through this game. We're moving along nicely, though. And we're ready. So, at the up to bat right now. First pitch strike. That second pitch there is ball one, so the count is 1-1. And batting is Lydia Park. That's who's up to bat. It took me a second to get to look at the number there, but that pitch is airing and outside. I believe that'll be ball two. Count goes 2-1. Pitch is out. Looked like it had a good curve. I can't tell if it curved into the plate or not, but I thought it was a little outside. It was called a ball, so that is ball three. I think that pitch is... No, they called it a strike, so that's strike three there. So that's a strike and then another strike. So she is out, I do believe. Nope, I'm wrong. They walked her, so we have one on first. She did get 4 balls, so she is walked. Next up to bat is Kelly Wells. I do apologize for the mistake there. So there are 1 ball. That's a ball. And errant pitch gets away from the catcher. And Lydia Park's going to steal second there on that pitch that gets away, as Wells going to swing the bat a little bit. The count is 2-0. And Wells going to talk to the coach a little bit before she steps back in the box. Ump's going to talk to the coach a little bit. Believe they did call a timeout, so they'll probably all huddle at the mound and talk, and Eastern's probably just going to talk things over too. I want to say Minford called the timeout. We will take a quick break, though, to hear from our lovely sponsors, and we'll be back in just a few.
Batter up, Eagles fans. Baseball season is here, and there's no better place to catch up on all the action than Sully's in the Valley. Located in the heart of Beaver, Ohio, Sully's is your go-to spot for delicious food, refreshing drinks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Grab a bite before the game or celebrate big wins with family and friends after. Plus, enjoy mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, and Perry's ice cream. Swing by Sully's in the Valley today, where great food and great fans come together.
And we're back after the break there, the little timeout. Talk things over. Pitcher's going to throw a couple and see if she can find her stroke there. Looks like she is a little bit, though. She's really given up quite a few hits today already. So she's got to make these throws how she wants them, keep the batters guessing. And right now, it's just not going her way. I still wish I had the roster. With all the technical difficulties we were having, I did not get a chance to talk to their coach. So here I am without the roster. I do apologize to Minford's players for not having the names and positions. And so Kelly Wells is almost ready to step into the box. She does. And we will resume play with the count being 2-0, and the pitch is out. It looked like a ball to me. We'll see what they called it. They did call it a strike, so it must have been inside the plate. So the count moves to 2-1. Pitch is out. It's high. Tip foul by Wells, and that'll bring the count's going to be 2-2 with the foul there. So in the bottom of the fourth, Eastern up 6-2. Wells gets the hit. Shortstop makes a great catch and tags out. Player on second as well. So that will be 2 outs there with the double play. Beautiful double play by the shortstop for the Minford Falcons there. And they needed that because they had to, they have to stop the onslaught that's happening right now. And that's a good way to do it. Now they just need to throw something, get this last out and throw something together on the batting side. I believe that pitch hit Leah Rader, so she will take first base. So 2 outs. New batter up. 1 on first. Leah Rader is on first. So next batter's up. And I believe that is Aubrey Quillen. I can't tell. Yeah, she is the lefty, I believe. Aubrey Quillen's up to bat. You got to think about throwing to a left-hander if you're not used to it. So, it's definitely psychological warfare out here. And Aubrey Quillen steps back in the box. Pitch is out. This one's high, too. That's ball 2. Almost to Quillen's head there both times. I don't think she's used to throwing to lefties. I really don't see that many as I do games. I know when I was a kid, I was a lefty, and then my mom made me be right-handed, so that's why I'm right-handed. I think that probably happens a lot. All right. Nonetheless, Quillen back in the box, steps up to the plate, aggressive stance, ready for the pitch. Falcons on the mound, lets it rip. Quillen does get contact with it. They throw it first, and she doesn't throw it very hard. Gets past first. Runner advanced to third. They throw it third, and she misses. And that's a run-in right there. Score for Leah Rader, and the RBI for Aubrey Quillen. That's just, if you're the Minford Falcons, you had them where you wanted them. You just had to get that out and move on and try to take the scores back. The score is 7-2. Eastern was 7. As Quillen does get the RBI, and Leah Rader runs it in. And then Braylon Bevins with a banger out to outfield, and that's RBI for Bevins as Quillen comes in with the run. Scored. So now the score 8-2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. And the next batter up. Bad pitch. And beautiful steal from Bevins. She's safe at second. So runner on second. And we're ready for the next pitch. Counts 0-0. No pitches for her have been thrown yet. First one out. Looked a little high. And it is ball 1. Count is 1-0 with 2 outs. Score 8-2 in the bottom of the fourth. Next pitch is out. That is errant and wide. Pitch is wide. So that's ball 2. Count's going to be 2-0. Pitch looked a little low, maybe a little outside. That's ball 3. Count goes to 3-0. And maybe she's nervous. When she was warming up, she was really throwing good pitches. And now that we've resumed play, a lot of these pitches have been very errant for the Minford Falcons. She looks frustrated, and I don't blame her. It hasn't gone her way yet. So up next to bat is Lindley Modlisser. And she does get the foul hit there, so that'll bring the count to 0-1. So count is 0-1. Next pitch is out. Perfect pitch. She gets a hold of it, but it's pop fly, and the pitcher does make the catch. So that will be out number 3, and we'll move to the top of the 5th. I'd like to take a second while I have it to thank our sponsors. I would like to thank Brewster's Real Estate and Auction, Chase Brown Law, John Clark Law, Sully's in the Valley, We Wrap It, You Rock It, Quick Stop Lube and Oil, Ohio Valley Bank, Carson's Corner Pizza, and Riverside Restaurant. So let's take a minute to hear from them, and we'll be back.
Batter up, Eagles fans. Baseball season is here, and there's no better place to catch up on all the action than Sully's in the Valley. Located in the heart of Beaver, Ohio, Sully's is your go-to spot for delicious food, refreshing drinks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Grab a bite before the game or celebrate big wins with family and friends after. Plus, enjoy mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, and Perry's ice cream. Swing by Sully's in the Valley today, where great food and great fans come together.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kirsten Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
And we're back at Eastern High School as Eastern out there looking pretty playful, having a good time. They have played a really good game. So Minford Falcons, they really got to string together some hits here in the top of the 5th if they want to make a comeback. And it all starts with one. So, I mean, you get one good hit, maybe you can make that run. That's really where you start. You can't do it. Rome was not built in a day. I will tell you that. And so we're getting ready for the top of the 5th. Batter in box, and Leah Rader ready to step on the mound. And she does. Wind up. And pitch out. Looks a little wide of plate to me. Ball 1. Count is 1-0. Ready for the next pitch. As Leah winds up. Good contact on that by Minford, but it is fouled out. So that will be a strike 1. We'll go to 1-1 on the count. And Leah Rader lets the pitch rip. That was a beauty, a swing and a miss, and that's strike 2, I believe. It's not saying on the board out there, but the foul should be a strike. So count should be 1-2. And Rader winds up. And that's strike 3. She is out. So In the top of the 5th with 1 out. Minford's next batter is coming out. Pitch is out, and it's strike 1. Does get away from the catcher. But the count is 0-1 with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Next pitch is out. Does get a hold of that one. Minford really needed that. So she's going to run to second. I'd round third, man. Nah. Yeah, might as well. Safe on second, though, is she? And that's how you start a comeback right there, is just with 1 hit. You got to have that one, and then you move on to the next. So next batter is up for Minford, and might trade balls here. And Raider does get a new ball, so got to wait on the ump here to get back. And Leah Raider does step on the mound. The pitch is out. That was a good pitch. I think it's fouled out past first base. And the count will be 0-1. With 1 out. Good pitch, swing and a miss. That's strike 2. Count moves to 0-2. Leah Raider on the mound has really looked good today. I mean, she has given up a few hits, given up a few runs, but overall, she's been slinging that thing out there. And that pitch tipped fouled. The count's going to stay 0-2. But very impressive work by the Eastern Eagles. The Lady Eagles here today have played ball for sure. They came to ball, as I'd like to say. Pitch out. Good hit right to the pitcher. And she's going to throw it over to Kelly Wells on first, and that's going to be out number 2. So Minford, runner on third, but 2 outs now. You got to get a drop hit out in the outfield somewhere and get this runner home if you really want to make a break towards 8. Anything's possible here. Pitch is out from Raider. Looks like a good pitch. I believe that's strike 1. Yep, the count will move to 0-1. Pitch out. Good hit, but that's going to be a pop fly right to third or first baseman who catches it. I believe that was Wells with the catch. Good catch. So that's out number 3, and we're going to move to the bottom of the 5th. And with that break, I'd like to take a moment to hear from a sponsor, so we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Craving something delicious? Carson's Corner Pizza has you covered. From our cheesy, freshly baked pizzas to sizzling potato skins loaded with crispy bacon and melted cheddar, every bite is a flavor explosion. Want wings? We've got them. Salads? Of course. Calzones? You bet. And don't forget the best fried mushrooms in town. Skip the wait. Order online at carsonscornerspizza.com or call 740-289-1300. Carson's Corner Pizza, where every bite is better than the last.
And we are back at Eastern High School here with the Lady Eagles. And Minford, they got close to making that run that they needed there. They couldn't get the hits that they needed, and Eastern just made more plays, and the score stays steadfast, 8-2 for Eastern with the lead, and now they're up to bat. So if you're Minford, you really got to be nervous here. You need to get them out quick because this game will get out of hand. Eastern's playing too good. Pitch is out. The bunt out by Jaden McLeese. What a bunt, and she's safe at first all day. So good play by Jaden. So she takes her base at first with the bunt. Love to see that. I've known Jaden my whole life almost. Or her whole life, rather. Good to see her out here hitting the ball and doing well. And Liberty Portman up with the first pitch. And I believe that first pitch was a ball. They're not going to put it up on the board out here, but I believe it was a ball. And that's ball number 2. And Jaden with the steal, and she's safe. Let's go, Jaden. Good steal there. So runner in scoring position is Jaden McLeese. And Liberty Portman steps in the box ready. They're ready to run the score up, I think. They're not even playing around here. Pitch is out. Jaden's going to steal third as well. Love to see it. That's 2 steals right there. Out here balling. Sometimes you just got to act like you're in the backyard having fun. And I think that's what the Lady Eagles are doing today. They're out here having fun. So Minford pitches out. High pitch, swing and a miss from Liberty Portman. So the count will be 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. So Portman in the box. Minford on the mound here, ready for the pitch. And that's a hit, and that's an RBI for Liberty Portman as Jaden McLeese is going to get a run scored right there. And the score moves to 9-2 for the Lady Eagles. My stream operator over here, Daniel Shoemaker, doing a wonderful job. This is his first time working baseball. And I know he probably doesn't play baseball, but he is understanding everything and doing a wonderful job. And I really appreciate him. And so the pitch is out. Looked wide to me. I think that's going to be ball 1, and it is. Count is 1-0. I mean, if you're Minford, do you think about changing pitchers right here? Pitch looked high, and that's ball 2. I hate to be that guy, but I would maybe consult and talk about it and change pitchers probably because it's not going their way. And I don't know if it's the cold or what's going on, but Eastern's going to steal second there. And that is Liberty Portman with the steal. Safe on second. And Lydia Park's up to bat. She's in the box with the count 2-1. Gets a good pitch. Pop fly. Looks like the shortstop's going to catch that out. So, Lydia Park is out. That's 1 out. Runner on second. And Kelly Wells is up to bat. I believe she tipped that off, and that'll move the count to 0-1. Minford on the mound, wind up and pitch. That looks errant to the right, and that's ball 1. Counts 1-1 here at Eastern High School in the bottom of the 5th. And the wind up. Good pitch, good hit. Doesn't make the best contact, but the spin on that was crazy, and Wells is going to be safe on first. So we have runners on the corners. We got a runner on first and a runner on third. Kelly Wells on third. And Liberty Portman on third, I believe. Well, nonetheless, Kelly Wells is on first and Liberty Portman is on third. And up to bat is Leah Rader, Eastern Eagles pitcher. Ready for the bat. And Minford Falcons step on the mound, wind up. Had some spin on it. She fouls it behind her, so the count's going to move to 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Leah Rader back in the box, ready. Pitch is out. Looked like a bad one to swing on, honestly, but she does foul it out into the cage behind her, and that's going to move the count to 1-2 with 1 out and runners on the corners here. And so that's ball 2 there. A little outside. Count's going to be 2-2 with 1 out. Runners on the corners. Pitch is out. That almost hit her. That should be ball 3 there. Count is fully loaded. If she throws a ball here, I'd consider maybe switching pitchers, because that's going to load the bases. That's a good hit. And she's going to throw it first, and it looks like she's safe. So we have a runner on first and a runner on second. And Leah Rader with the RBI, as Liberty Portman's going to score off that hit. Shortstop just could not field that hit. Had a little too much bravado on it. And tip fouled off by Aubrey Quillen. Count's going to be 0-1 with 1 out. The score is 10 for Eastern, 2 for Minford. And the lefty's up. Aubrey Quillen. Pitch is out. Looked a little high. It is ball 1, so the count will be 1-1. Quillen really has a low stance. She gets real low to where shoulders and knees are the zone, and that's another high pitch, so that's ball 2. Count is 2-1 with 1 out. Quillen steps back in the box, says, "Bring it on, I'm ready." Pitch is out, low and outside. Good job by the catcher for Minford, though, to just corral that errant pitch. That's ball 3. Count will be 3-1. And Quillen's ready. She's going to step back in the box, hit the plate, and say, "I'm ready again." Minford pitch out. And I think that's ball 4, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, they called it a strike. Must have been right on the outside of the plate. So the count is 3-2. Runner on first and runner on second in scoring position. And Quillen swings, and that is strike 3. So we'll move to 2 outs. Next batter's coming out. The next batter up is Braylon Bevins. Pitch is wide, I believe. Ball 1. Count 1-0. 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. Braylon Bevins in the box. Pitch is left of plate. That's ball 2. And that pitch was a little wide, so that's going to be ball 3. The count will be 3-0. Still runner on second and runner on first. So Braylon Bevins back in the box. Minford back on the mound. Pitch is out. I think that's your pitch. She does swing, but it's late, and that's strike 1. Count will move to 3-1. And Bevins back in the box, ready for the next pitch. And that is ball 4. So she will walk Bevins, and now the bases are loaded. They've got to do something to stop the bleeding because it is gushing right now. As the score is 10-2. And Minford is on the mound. Pitch is out. Wide. That should be ball 1 for Maddie Day. Maddie Day's just going to stay in the box and say, I am ready, so bring it. And Minford on the mound. Pitch is wide left. And first base does not get the catch, so that will allow Wells to score. And Raiders going to come home too. Score will be 12-2. And Maddie Day will stay at the plate with the count of 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Still 2 out, and that will be the mercy rule. They will call the game, and the game is over. And we would like to take a moment to hear from our sponsors, and we will be back in just a moment.
When it's time for a real meal, head over to Riverside Restaurant at 924 East Main Street in Piketon. Serving up breakfast, lunch, and dinner Tuesday through Sunday from 7 to 3 and Saturday from 8 to 3. Try their train wreck breakfast, which includes 2 eggs, hash browns, biscuits and gravy, bacon, sausage links, all topped with shredded cheese for just $9.95. From home-style dinners to juicy burgers and fresh sandwiches, there's something for everyone. Call 740-289-3884 or stop by today. Riverside Restaurant. Good food, good company, great taste.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kirsten Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Craving something delicious? Carson's Corner Pizza has you covered. From our cheesy, freshly baked pizzas to sizzling potato skins loaded with crispy bacon and melted cheddar, every bite is a flavor explosion. Want wings? We've got them. Salads? Of course. Calzones? You bet. And don't forget the best fried mushrooms in town. Skip the wait. Order online at carsonscornerspizza.com or call 740-289-1300. Carson's Corner Pizza, where every bite is better than the last.
Batter up, Eagles fans. Baseball season is here, and there's no better place to catch up on all the action than Sully's in the Valley. Located in the heart of Beaver, Ohio, Sully's is your go-to spot for delicious food, refreshing drinks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Grab a bite before the game or celebrate big wins with family and friends after. Plus, enjoy mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, and Perry's ice cream. Swing by Sully's in the Valley today, where great food and great fans come together.
And we're back here. We are going to see if maybe we can get a word with Eastern's coach. Why?
It's just not coming up. Did you mess with something back there?
No. I added his to it, but that's all.
Now you're not getting no audio.
Why? It says I am here. What about now? What about now? Where did it go? Was I on this?
I didn't touch nothing for that.
Huh. I didn't do anything. Why? Nothing. I didn't. You probably should just run another ad, dude, because I don't know what's going on. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on.
I think it's gonna leave it.
What about now? No. Not good, huh?
So where do you guys keep all this equipment, man? Do you take it back to Jackson or?
I have no clue.
Oh, okay.
What the heck? Why am I?
It has-
Yes. It's on. See? It's not coming through here. So it's something on this side.
I'm not sure what could happen.
I don't know why, though. I don't know what else to do. Except for, like... Because I don't really know what... I don't really know what Dylan messed with.
I can hear myself on this.
No, but there's nothing coming through. La.
La, 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 la.
That's all I did was plug a
Oh,
mic
the
in.
coach is coming.
Jesus, tits.
He's right here.
Is he?
Dylan probably be able to fix it.
One, two.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kirsten Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Batter up, Eagles fans. Baseball season is here, and there's no better place to catch up on all the action than Sully's in the Valley. Located in the heart of Beaver, Ohio, Sully's is your go-to spot for delicious food, refreshing drinks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Grab a bite before the game or celebrate big wins with family and friends after. Plus, enjoy mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, and Perry's ice cream. Swing by Sully's in the Valley today, where great food and great fans come together.
And we are back here at Eastern High School. I am with Coach Nickel, and I have to say, today was a world of difference from when I seen you guys maybe 3 weeks ago, last time I came and did an Eastern softball game.
We're starting to get better. Each time out, we're trying to play better defense, get the ball better. Sometimes it takes a little time to get started, but, we're going in the right direction.
I did notice that Leah Rader today was pitching pretty good. Like, I saw some fire down straight down the line.
Yeah, Leah, she's been spinning it pretty good. Pitch calling, our assistant coach that calls the pitches today, she's not here, so I had to step in and do it. And I'm sure I kind of messed it up compared to what Cam does, but we got through it.
It looked pretty good to me. I do want to take a second to say this is the Clark Law postgame show. I noticed that Kelly Wells, she did take a tumble. She made a great catch there by first base and hit the fence. Is she okay?
Yeah, Kelly's okay. We kind of joked about that. I think there's a sniper around here somewhere, shot her and dropped her. But
It was a good catch.
Yeah, it was a good catch. She's a beast. Kelly's been playing well, and she's hitting the ball well and really excelling over there at first base.
How do you feel about the direction of this team since the start until now?
We're definitely trending upward. We played Sims Valley. I think it was Wednesday. All these days kind of run together with the rain, but it was a 7-4 loss. But Sims Valley, they're kind of the class act of our conference, and we were able to hang right with them. So I think we're going in the right direction.
That is good. I will say that I also, from when I seen you guys probably at the first game of this season till now, I can tell that almost everybody's improved. I saw Jaden McLeese with some good steals today, and she made it all the way home off 2 good steals, the second and third.
Yeah, Jaden, she's a freshman. We have her in the leadoff spot. We need to get her on base more, and that's something we're focusing on. As you've seen with her base running, if we can get her on, that's almost a guaranteed run. So
I'm very happy for her. I've actually known her whole life.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Good.
My best friend's daughter, actually.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Small world.
So I'm very happy for her, and she looks like she's trending upward as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Liberty Portman had some good hits today.
Yes, Liberty, she's probably our hottest hitter right now. She's been carrying us for I shouldn't say carrying us, but she's been doing a really good job for the last 2 weeks.
I noticed she's been able to drop good couple hits out there in outfield past bases and then before the outfielders and get some key crucial
base hits.
Runners in scoring position there.
Yeah, yep.
I mean, Kelly Wells honestly played really well as well. Aubrey Quillen did very well. I thought she got a couple good hits.
Yeah, Aubrey, she's working her way up in the lineup. Also, she kind of had a slow start, but she's swinging it a lot better. She's
a
heck
lefty,
of a center
right?
fielder. Yeah, left-handed batter.
Yeah, well, I don't really see many left-handers when I watch any of the games I've done, and I've done quite a few different teams.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have a lefty in there. It makes the pitcher have to think about things a little different on the opposite side.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I thought Lydia Park played pretty well, too. She had a couple key hits there that really you guys got rolling and just didn't look back. It looked like you guys were out there having fun.
Yeah, Lydia, she's a senior. She's been a 4-year starter. She's dealing with a quad injury. She's kind of limping around the bases. So if she gets second or third, we try to get her a courtesy runner or sub her out for a pinch runner. She's hitting the ball well and a defensive anchor over there at third base.
Right on. You did say that Leah, is she a sophomore?
Yeah, Leah's a sophomore.
So you have a lot of young upcoming talent. So
Yep.
in the next few years, this team might be top of the conference, honestly, from my viewpoint.
That's our goal. We have a good 8th grade class coming in. We're going to graduate 3 seniors, I believe, and we're going to have a good 8th grade class coming in, and we're just trying to compete and get better every time out.
It shows on the field, and it looks like you guys are out there having fun. So I think things are clicking, and I really do appreciate you doing this interview with me. It's my first interview.
Yeah, mine too. Congratulations.
Yeah. So.
But, yeah, we appreciate you guys coming out and covering the girls. Like I said, they noticed it before I did, so that they get excited to see the cameras and all that. So
yeah, it's good for them.
Maybe it's a good
little
luck charm.
exposure.
Yeah,
Yeah. Makes you feel important,
Yeah.
So I would like to take a second to shout out all my sponsors before we get out of here and go home on this cold night. But I would like to say thank you to Brewster's Real Estate and Auction, Chase Brown Law, John Clark Law, Solly's in the Valley, We Wrap It, You Rock It, Quick Stop Lube and Oil, Ohio Valley Bank, Carson's Corner Pizza, Riverside Restaurant. So thank you to those sponsors for making this possible for us to be here and cover these girls today. And I'd like to get out of here, so I'm going to say have a good night, and we'll be back next time.